Hey YouTube, this is Dean making another vid. If you like my content, please consider hitting the like button. Also, please consider subscribing, as it is very much appreciated. Well, there it is. That's the board of my work to date. Couple down the bottom here as well, because they don't fit on the board, or I carry them. I hope I've got it in frame. It's a bit hard because I can't actually get up around behind the camera because I've got too many bloody rocks there. But anyway, that is all of them, all my strikers that I've made. I won't go through and spark every one of them, and because I have shown all of them on camera before, but I will go through and say each one. But let's start here. This is one I recently made. This is one of my wallet strike. This is my wallet striker, made out of W2. Yeah, it's a good little striker. I wanted one that basically fit in my wallet that I carry around with me at all times. Sparks very well. Nice and thin, flat. Just a couple of holes drilled in it, and then the O put on it for an iron. 2.6 mils, I think. Yeah, thoroughly quenched. Can spark on either side. Sparks really well and fits in my wallet. I put it in a little slipcase. I am going to make another one. I've got it cut out. I just have to drill it and punch it. I basically wanted to fill this slipcase up a bit more. When I was cutting it out, I didn't actually cut it straight. So, yeah, I had to grind it down. But I want it basically a little bit bigger so that it fills that slipcase up. And it'll be a lot better then, because this one is a little bit too small to fit in your hand properly. But anyway, yeah, that's my wallet striker. I probably won't generate any embers, because otherwise I think I've got 26 now that I've made. And if I do that, it'll just be, this video will be too long. One of my antlers strikers. This one isn't quenched. It's just a file striker. Should go get better rocks. It's quartzite. Let's bop it. I think this one was a Nicholson, but yeah, really nice. This was my preferred one out of all the antler ones, but yeah, I've got that one's my favourite now. Yeah, I really like them. They're just a classy build. If you can get your hands on a bit of antler, I'd suggest just snapping a file off, burying it in there, put it in the channel, and making up a couple of antler strikers, because they turn out really well. Down here, I hope that's in frame. I can't see really, but yeah, starting down there, that's a couple of my double curls. One's out of a W2. That's yeah, the 4.7 mil, got a couple of cracks in it. It sparks well if you can get onto a sharp edge. I'm going to say that about all of them, because they actually all do. It's out of a file. They're really big. They're really nice for house strikers. I did finally get down to getting it to the point where I can actually make them a bit smaller. That was one of the first sleds I ever made. Fantastic striker. I love this striker. It's a really good striker. It was edge quenched, but yeah, sparks really well. It's fantastic. Actually, when Jack and I were doing it, we snapped the tine, because the tine was going to be a lot longer. But yeah, that's just the way it goes. Yeah, but we've got that. I actually don't mind the tine being like that, but that one was edge quenched, and then I started, and it didn't crack. So that was fantastic. Experimenting with doing curls, that one turned out really well. I just don't like it. Again, I think I can't remember if that one was thoroughly quenched or edge quenched. Yeah, it doesn't fit in the hand as well. I can't lock my little finger down there very well. Sparks really well, but either way, just yeah, it doesn't fit in the hand very well. So I went over to a different way. I don't like the curls like that. Another one of the file strikers. This one, the curl was different, so I actually redid it, and I snapped the. I had other detail work, so I snapped it off. Again, sparks really well. That one turned out alright. It's not too bad. Onto my coffin. Love that one. It's fantastic. Quenched all the way around. You can spark it on anyone. Yeah, that's a really favourite of mine. That was the first time I ever worked in a coke forge. Found out I really don't like coke forges, but anyway, I prefer gas forges. But that's the way it goes. The curls didn't get in the right spot, but yeah, I put it back in the gas forge and tried to get them back into the right spot, but then it just never worked out. This is from a Wilkinshire file. I wish I had more of them. This fantastic striker. It sparks so well. It just showers sparks. It's fantastic. It's one of my best sparkers. I don't know what it is about it, but that file sparks so well. W2, 4.7 mil, 4.6 mil, double curl, nice little striker. Again, I really have good success with this W2. Sparks really well, just showers sparks. Cut some grip in it. I didn't mind that. That's a nice striker. On to a couple of the small ones. My favourite little one. That one is a dog tag. Did a dog tag striker. So yeah, turned out really well. I like the dog tag strikers. My favourite little file striker. I've annealed the handle. I love the little blue mark on it. This one's fantastic. Fits in made for my powder horn tinderbox. Sparks really well. Single curl triangular striker. My favourite of my antler strikers. This one again quenched. I quenched the just shower sparks. I really think quenching the strike plates really do make an advantage. This one's a smaller one, unquenched, but yeah, it sparks really well. I've got to rush this along, otherwise this video is going to be really long. First ever striker we made, I think Jack actually made that one, but it was just showing me how to do the curl. Dad's pattern of his pattern of a striker. Fantastic design, really simple but works really well. My first Viking bow tie that I made. Again, really nice. I really like it. My two of the standard pattern of the colonials that I make. One in 6.5 mil, one in 4.5 mil. of the W2s with both with my O stamp. That was the first one I ever made with the O stamp on it, and I of course needed one that was in the thinner stock, so I had to make one each. That's the bow tie that I just made out of the 6.5mm. The mouse, fantastic little striker. That's out of that Wilkinshire file. Again, I wish I could find more of them because these spark. I've only got 2 of them, and I was out of the one file. But they probably those 2 are probably the best sparking strikers I've got. Big, my horn handle antler 1. Getting into the, I knew that was going to happen. Finally getting into the point where I can get the into the smaller. Again, really, the double curls, they spark really well out of the files, but yeah, they're too big to be carrying around with you. My titanium, I really like this striker, but yeah, you just have to use it so rough. You can get it to fire off. It does fire off some really nice hot sparks, but it you have to use it so rough. And probably my favourite striker out of the whole thing. It was a perfect storm. I love the little detail work, and the curl just turned out so well. Sparks really well. Probably my second best sparking sparker. Although it's much of a muchness. It sparks. Fantastic striker. That one's made out of a Nicholson, Australia. Yeah, Nicholson, Australia. Just it's probably the best striker I ever made, and it's just indicative of my work. Yeah, it's fantastic. If I do say so myself, it just was a perfect storm, and I haven't been able to basically recreate it. I don't know. I've never been able to get the curls back into like that again. I end up snapping them, getting it so thin and perfectly like that, all orientated in the right way. This curl could have gone in slightly in a little bit more like that, but I'm starting to become critical. Like I can actually see where it can go, and visually to my eye where it should have gone. I could probably have twisted it a little bit more, but yeah, just overall that, like, if that turned up at my house, I'd be happy to pay for it. And I would pay probably $50 or $60 for that, and be happy to pay that sort of money for it. And even though I don't sell my work, if that turned up at my house, like I would be happy to pay that sort of money for it. And yeah, I wouldn't think I would have been ripped off with it. Like that to me is what strikers are about, and I'm happy that I can produce something like that. Anyway, that's just a collection video of my strikers to date. Yeah, I'm still learning. I've got lots and lots to learn yet. Yeah, I've sort of settled on this pattern. I'm finally getting to the point where I can get my curls. Pretty much, I don't hammer them out. I hammer the curl here, but I do most of this with a tongs, with the tongs and that. I don't hammer them out as such, but yeah, I wish I could get them more, usually tighter. That's the thing, but yeah, I don't know. I just can't seem to be able to, but eventually I will. I think I'll get to that point. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much. I think I counted. I had 26 now, so yeah, but that's not including just snapped off files and that, which I can. I do include in as strikers. I think I've got 4 or 5 of those sort of things because you do grind them off from that, like you are working on them as strikers. Anyway, that's my striker collection that I've made to date. Thanks for watching.